This is the book of chapter 9, verse 59, and it reads, "And he said unto another, Follow me. But he said, Lord, suffer me first to go and bury my father." Verse 60, Yahushua said unto him, Let the dead bury their dead, but go thou and preach the kingdom of Yahweh. Verse 61, And another also said, Lord, I will follow thee, but let me first go bid them farewell, which are at home at my house. In verse 62, And Yahushua said unto him, No man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of Yahweh. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, our praises, honor, and the glory shall go to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham, Makakwadash, Brakatham. Double honor shall go to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone who continue to teach and to rule well. Shalom to the Akims of Great Millstone and the like-minded camps and individuals who continue to be out on the highways and byways teaching as one body, risking their lives for the greater good. And also shalom to the sincere Akwats who are continuously learning in silence, as the Holy Scriptures have commanded for you to do so. This is Azariah Gabar, representing the King is Coming channel, back at it with another lesson for edification purposes. All right, so this scripture that I just recited, all right, this is for the Akims, for the brothers, all right? I'll repeat it. Luke 9:62. And Yahushua said unto him, No man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of Yahweh. All right? So, what does that mean to the person who's simple and that's truly not into the spirit? They're not going to know what this scripture means. But to us, true men of the Lord that are into this spirit and this ministry, it's very important to keep reminding ourselves, all right, that we are not to look back, after you're taking the hand off of the plow. So taking the hand to the plow, meaning you're doing the works of the Lord, okay? True works of the Lord, all right? You're trying to, rehearse the righteous acts, like in the book of Judges 5:11, to the best of our capabilities, going out on the highways and byways, preaching the gospel, or, using the unicorn or the internet and preach that way, all right? And continuously to fear the Lord, okay? To work out our own salvation with fear and trembling, according to the book of Philippians 2:12, all right? So, plenty of brothers, and I know one of them, okay, who, we were brothers for years, all right? And during that time, that brotherhood amongst us, he was in and out of the truth. He really was. I mean, yes, he brought me into this truth back in around year 2002, after I was going through some issues with my ex-wife. But ultimately, that was Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai using him as a vessel to get to me. All right? And I never looked back. I never got out of this Israelite ministry and got back into being a Christian or trying to be a Muslim. All right? Never did that. All right? I stayed in this truth. Now, have I fallen off along the way? Of course. That happens to all of us, all right? But guess what? Yahweh Hashem Yahushai picked me up, put me back on the saddle, all right? So that's the definition of, having your hand on the plow, all right? Because when we go to the book of 1 John 2 and 18, Salakia, and I referenced this scripture in yesterday's video, but I have to bring it back again. And it reads, little children, it is the last time, and as ye have heard that Antichrist shall come, even now are there many Antichrists, whereby we know that it is the last time. Verse 19, they went out from us, but they were not of us. For if they had been of us, they would no doubt have continued with us. But they went out, that they might be made manifest that they were not all of us. Woo! Power, fire, all right? All right? Again, I'm proving my point about removing your hand from the plow and you're going back out there into the world. There's a heavy penalty for that. All right? So we go to the book of Galatians 1 and 9, and it reads, as we said before, so say I now again, if any man preach any other gospel unto you than that ye have received, let him be accursed. A curse is going to come upon you, all right? That's preaching another gospel other than this gospel of truth of Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham, Wakah Kodash. You heard? So, I would like to go to 1 Timothy 4 and 1 to further prove my point. And it reads, now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils. All right? So the bottom line is, the Lord, the same way he can give you that spirit is the same way he could take it away from you. All right? And there's a scripture out there, and I'm roughly paraphrasing. It says something about 7 more demons that come upon that man that departed from the truth, something to that effect. All right. So we're going to go to the book of John 12:38. And it reads, that the saying of Esaias, the prophet, might be fulfilled, which he spake, Lord, who had believed our report, and to whom had the arm of the Lord be revealed? Verse 39, therefore they could not believe because that Esaias said again, and here's the point, he had blinded their eyes and hardened their heart, that they should not see with their eyes, nor understand with their hearts or their mind, and be converted, and I should heal them. Woo! All right? So the Lord will blind you. Same way he'll remove the blindfold. Once you get into this truth, he can just put back that blindfold on you, okay, and blind you. He has that power to do so, all right? So we're going to go to the book of 1 Samuel 16 and 12, and this is about King Saul and King Dawadah, and it reads, and he sent and brought him in. Now he was ruddy, and this is about King David now, and Edomites want to say, oh, he's ruddy, so that means he's us, he's red, he's Esau, he's what? No. Ruddy truly means like copperish, a copper type of complexion, all right? And withal of a beautiful countenance and goodly to look to. And the Lord said, arise, anoint him, for this is he. So he's going to be the new king of Israel to replace Saul. So, verse 13. Then Samuel took the horn of oil and anointed him in the midst of his brethren, and the Spirit of the Lord came upon David from that day forward. So Samuel rose up and went to Ramah. In verse 14, here's the point. But the Spirit of the Lord departed from Saul, and an evil spirit from the Lord troubled him. Woo! All right. So again, like I mentioned, Saul received that spirit. But guess what? Because he didn't do right, the Lord punished him and took that spirit away from Saul and transferred it over to King Dawadah. Okay? So to you Akims out there that's not really taking this seriously like you're supposed to, well, you better do so. All right? Because it could mean the difference between everlasting life or death by the sword. You heard? So I'm going to conclude this valuable lesson for today. Hopefully someone gets edified out of this. All praises, honor, and the glory shall go to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham, Akakodash, Brakatham, Kwam Yasharala, Rise Israel. And as always, Lord willing, on to the next video. Shalom.